Okay, this will be a challenging one colour-wise. Let's see if we can make this one turn up a treat. I'm really missing a loved one for Christmas, folks. I'm not going to find him, I'm sure of it. I know that sounds kind of pessimistic, but I'm just trying to. I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to feel like I've boosted myself up and then having circumstances bring me down really hard. So I have to accept that it's not likely we're going to get together this Christmas. But I'm still going to try and work on these demos pretty much throughout the holiday season as much as I can. Trying to get around public holidays, hoping that this equipment will not run out of toner or supplies or break down over the Christmas close down. So I just got to hope I can still keep working, because I get really bored if I don't, and I get really pissed off not feeling like I'm producing. Anyway, we got here the Australian Women's Weekly, and it's a Christmas edition. We'll just get ourselves a bit closer, so we're interested in her there, whoever she is. Whoever she is, whatever. Anyway, let's just get this shit happening. So we've got this lady, some celebrity, I do think. I'm really missing my future husband Luigi, and I'm trying to get my video work to go to air on primetime free-to-air TV, the news channels. I mean, yeah, trying to get it out there. Anyway, that looks interesting. Nice looking. At least we've got a tree in the picture as well. Women's Weekly. I don't understand why magazines have to be so gender stereotyped. It does annoy the fuck out of me that they are. I just hate this gender stereotyping. Because most women, well, I guess most women are people who like to keep their eye on celebrities. And a lot of gossip magazines are indeed aimed at women, and this is a women's, named Women's Weekly. Of course it's going to be gender stereotyped. Of course. That's just a part of it. It's just a part of what magazines like this are all about. Anyway, that looks like a really good shot. But basically, I don't like all this gender-related stereotyping. So that looks really quite interesting. Wondering what we're going to do with it. I'm going to make it a dual colour job. But I'm really lonely without my future husband Luigi. And even though I love him and I can't think of what I was going to say. But she looks really nice in this dual colour outfit. But basically, it's really quite a stereotyped world we kind of live in. It's very difficult to it is a very stereotyped world. Let's see how this looks. Like, I'm not the kind of girl that wants to have children or do housework. Luigi is not the kind of guy that expects me to be a housewife. And this looks too dark. This looks too dark. But basically, Luigi's not the kind of guy that expects me to be a housework type. He expects me to just be myself, to be me. We don't need to follow what the society stipulates. We don't. Luigi is not like that. I'm wondering if maybe we could make this a bit bigger. But I know Luigi is not the kind of person that wants to gender stereotype and expecting me, for example, to do housework. Oh yeah, housework. We are both going to do housework together. That's how we're going to do it. He's not going to make me do it on my own, and I'm not going to expect him to do it on his own. We are both going to share the chores in a fair and equitable manner. That's the kind of people we are, Luigi and I. We want to, sure, we're not interested in, now I'm wondering how we're going to do this. Maybe we can move her back a bit, but basically, Luigi's not the kind of guy that wants to gender stereotype. He loves me for who I am and what I am, and he doesn't want me to feel unhappy and to feel exploited. He's not like that. And I'm just calling on the TV channels to somehow air my stuff on the primetime news so I can get in touch with Luigi. So I can be with him and be happy, because I know I'm going to be happy when I find him. Now she looks like she's a bit in the middle, but I wanted the dress to be back there. I wonder if we're going to make this into a movement piece. I'm going to make it a movement piece. Forget making it a still piece. I'm going to use this as our master copy. So yeah, I'm really lonely without him, and I'm trying my best to use this talent here that I've got to get my stuff, to find him, because I'm really lost without him. And it's Christmas, for crying out loud, and I haven't heard a peep from the free-to-air TV channels that I'm targeting. It's not an easy thing I'm pushing. Actually, we don't want contrast, I don't think. So it's not an easy gig that I'm pushing, folks. It's not easy what I'm doing. Trying to get my work out there. I do want Luigi as a Christmas present, if I could. I do, but I know that I'm not going to. No, just this damage, just hit those earrings. Fuck. So yeah, I'm really lonely without Luigi, and it's been extremely difficult. As with most years, it's been a difficult year for me oh, it's better than most years. I think overall my mood is improving, but it's not totally out of the woods yet. I'm still moody because I'm not with Luigi. And I suffer from depression and anxiety because I'm not with him. I get lonely, and the loneliness, I think, contributes to that. So I'm not feeling very cheerful on my own, and this looks really interesting. But basically I'm trying to get this stuff to go to air on television, and it's not as easy as I thought. It really has been a difficult road trying to get this shit televised. It's really difficult. Going back to single colour. Hopefully that'll look good in this situation. But I'm really lonely, and it's really painful to try. I can't find Luigi. I haven't got any access to him, or haven't got his phone number. I haven't got his email address. I don't even know exactly his surname. That is something I'm struggling with, is dealing with this loss. And it is a loss. You know, it's like we're separated. The only thing good is that we're not dead. Neither of us. I've got a gut feeling Luigi's still alive and well, except he's not happy being away from me. And this looks like shit. It looks a bit too blended. The colours, I think we're just going to go with a full colour job. But basically, I really feel lonely without him, and it is loneliness. It's not just a sense of feeling alone. It's loneliness. It is what it is, folks. An extremely destructive force. Like smoking, it's equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That is the depression of loneliness. That is the state of being lonely, is smoking invisible cigarettes, not having any choices. And that looks interesting, but it looks a bit wishy-washy. But I quite like it in some ways. But basically it's really, loneliness is really a destructive force. It's really bad, and I don't understand how people can not take it seriously, how bad it really is. I haven't had any major real social life since 2004. Since 2004 I've been pretty well on my lonesome. The people I once trusted no longer wanted to have anything to do with me. So basically, yeah, I feel like I've been discarded as a person, but I know Luigi's not like that. Luigi loves me as I am. And I just need him. I don't need gaggles of friends, folks. I really don't. I don't need all these meaningless people. I don't need a fucking social life that's buzzing with activity. I mean, sure, we all need to be social, but I'm not interested in just a social life. I'm interested in love, in a relationship, and I feel that that's the only thing I'm going to really, really, really be happy for, is when I get back in touch with Luigi. Otherwise, it's nothing. I've always valued a sexual relationship over a platonic one or a friendship. Or I've never really had much of a desire to just be friends with someone. And yeah, and I was right, because all the people I once knew, once believed in, ended up marrying, and they kept disappearing when I was young and stupid, because I didn't go with Luigi. And when I last saw Luigi back in 1992, he left me a beautiful printed calling card which had the words, "When you need a friend." And he was a friend, but he wasn't just a friend. He was what I was after, only better than what I could have even imagined. So yeah, when you need a friend, he knew I was going to lose all my fucking friends. I do feel he did. He's really smart and intuitive, like I am. And he's beautiful, Luigi. I wonder, looks really interesting. It looks a bit bland, but it still looks colourful in some strange way. It looks interesting. I think it's the printer's dots. But yeah, that I do like. I think now we could call this prolongated demo quits.